これまでに何人の犯罪者を恩赦した？昨日だけで2000人です。それ以前にも数えきれないほど。素晴らしい。なんだこれは。現在3万人を超える軍年齢の男たちがセウタとメリリアを駆け抜けています。数週間以内にそこは定住不能になるでしょう。スペースの主情に礼を言うよう私に思い出させて。街には犯罪があふれ、資源は枯渇し、そして何より素晴らしいのは、これは侵略ではなく人道問題だということだ。もはや国を乗っ取るのに常備軍など必要ない。武器化された移民こそ究極の道具だ。
Good evening. What's up, Jason, and anybody else lurking? I played that AI slop just now for a reason. They got the whole thing wrong. Whoops, sorry. So in case you aren't familiar with what's going on and don't watch the news like I do, I don't watch the news. But I see a lot of people talking about this and a lot of people getting it completely wrong. Well, not completely wrong, but missing some of the key aspects of it. So I figured I'd talk about it a little bit. I'll just play a little bit of like a news report about it, just for the people that don't know.
Now, Spain is trying to defuse the migrant.
Oops. Hey, what's up, Tree Meister?
Crisis in its tiny territory in North Africa. The Spanish government says an estimated 50,000 people crossed over from Morocco to Ceuta in a single day. Local officials say at least 34 people died, most by drowning, as crowds came across by land and sea on Thursday. Just take a look at these extraordinary images. I mean, Ceuta now juts out into the sea from Morocco and has long been a target for migrants trying to reach.
So they say that they're invading Spain, but it's really part of North Africa, like right next to Morocco. But it's a Spanish territory.
Europe. Here's a look. We saw a look of the chaotic scenes there. It's unclear what caused the sudden rush. Spain's Prime Minister suggesting...
Oh, it's clear, and we'll get to that.
It was fueled by a recent Spanish Supreme Court ruling on migrants arriving by sea. The surge is already deepening divisions over migration in Europe. The crowds, mostly made up of young men, celebrated as they entered Spanish territory. Take a listen to what one young man was saying.
Very happy to be here. It's been a very tough experience to go from the ocean. It was very tough. The police officers tried to stop us, but our will and our determination, we could came here.
CNN's Nada Bashir is joining us now live from London. And Nada, I mean, we've seen significant numbers of migrants cross over into Ceuta before, but nothing like this. 60,000 migrants, I believe, in just a matter of hours. What are you learning about the reasons for this surge that we've seen?
Well, this certainly was unprecedented, and you could see that in how overwhelmed Spain's border guards and officials were in responding to this current situation. Officials on Thursday calling for the Spanish government to declare a state of emergency, and the government itself deploying additional troops to Ceuta in order to support in that response effort. As you mentioned, with regards to the cause behind this surge of migrants attempting to cross the border, the figure at this stage is an estimate, but the government has put it now at around 50,000, they believe, crossing since Thursday. But as you mentioned, Pedro Sanchez, the Prime Minister, did give a statement just in the last few hours. He believes that human traffickers, smuggling rings have exploited and misunderstood a Supreme Court ruling, which was handed down earlier this month in Spain, which essentially prohibits authorities from immediately returning migrants who have crossed into Spain via a sea crossing without due process. Now, it is understood that potentially individuals who crossed yesterday and even today may have been misled, that this meant an automatic...
All right. Get the point. I don't want to watch them yap and say things that are incorrect. What's up, Sonoran Slinger? Here's just one more real short
it's one
news
of
story
Europe's
about
largest border surges in years. An
That's
estimated
only
60,000
they
migrants
can't even get their audio right.
pouring in illegally from Morocco into Spain. Dozens of migrants died in the rush into Ceuta, a small peninsula controlled by Spain and connected to Morocco. Security initially struggled to contain the surge of what appeared to be mostly men entering by land and sea.
We don't have good medicine, and we don't have a good teachers, and it's a bad life in Morocco. That's why we get swimming to here.
Spain mobilizes military to help overwhelmed police. Meanwhile, criticism from Europe and around the world pointing fingers at Spain's socialists, including its prime minister, who described themselves as pro-immigration, and this year backed amnesty for 500,000 migrants who had already illegally crossed into Spain.
You know, I saw Spain yesterday, and I watched the catastrophe that took place. It looks like an invasion of a country.
Here in the U.S., as socialists are gaining support within the Democrat Party, Republicans are using Spain's crisis as a warning to voters.
That same thing's going to happen to us if the Republicans don't get elected, except worse.
Democratic socialists are staunchly pro-migration, strongly supporting open borders, broad amnesty, and abolishing ICE.
ICE is a rogue agency.
Okay. Get the point. Oh man, I keep hitting the wrong thing. There we go. So they want you to think that it's because they're socialist or whatever, and because of human traffickers, and I don't buy that. I think that's a lie. And I think Israel and the U.S. Intelligence agencies are behind it. What's up, Mark? So let's look at why I say that. Their government is left-wing, Spain. I think they still have a monarchy, but the parliament and stuff is like center left. So Spain, Norway, Ireland formally recognize a Palestinian state as EU rift with Israel widens. Spain, Norway, and Ireland formally recognized the Palestinian state on Tuesday. This is from back in Wow, May 2024. I didn't realize it was that long ago. Recognized Palestinian state, to add international pressure on Israel. Blah 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 blah. Israeli foreign minister quickly lashed out at Spain, saying that Sanchez's government was being complicit in inciting genocide against Jews and war crimes. So they've been butting heads with Israel. And I absolutely hate soccer, but Argentina lost to Spain in the World Cup recently. And Argentina is basically second Israel. Their leader is a major Zionist, and I believe he's Jewish as well. And they have a large Jewish population. And a lot of Spanish Spanish soccer supporters were waving Palestinian flags. So that just happened recently at the World Cup. So Marco Rubio was recently, a few months ago, in Morocco, back in March, I guess. And he basically urged Morocco to do this, what's happening right now. Only days after calling on U.S. President Trump and Secretary of State Marco Rubio to formally recognize Ceuta, I guess is how you pronounce it, and Melilla as occupied Moroccan territory, Michael Rubin has dropped another political bombshell. Former, this is on the, no, wait. I had another article from Israel, but okay, whatever. In an op-ed published on March 16th by the Middle Eastern Forum, Rubin laid out what Spain's far-right and ultranationalist currents have long feared most: a direct, unambiguous call for Morocco to march into Ceuta and Melilla, dismantle the colonial fences, and raise the Moroccan flag. Middle East Eye has a good article. Okay, I'll check that out. Welcome, Summer F Cats. So you have an anti-Israeli government. The U.S. Zionists urging them to do exactly what's happening right now. I don't think it's just because their leftist government did it again. Their leftist government wants to allow migrants in. That's retarded nonsense. Hey, what's up, Kyle? What was that? Middle East Eye? Help if I spelled it right. Good morning, Brutal. Let me play some music in the background while I do this. Don't be fooled by my name. Summer is my cat's name. Okay. MiddleEastEye.net. Okay. Never heard of this site. Spanish commentators accuse Israel and U.S. Oh, interesting. Some 60,000 people crossed into Ceuta from Morocco this week, including around 8,000 children. A Spanish minister has suggested Israel was stirring problems over 60,000 migrants crossing from Morocco into Spain's North African enclave. Israel's ambassador to the United Nations, Danny Danon, posted on X, Spain, which never misses an opportunity to lecture Israel, has declared a state of emergency following the crisis. Maybe before it continues lecturing us, it's time it explained to the world why it still maintains colonial enclaves in Africa. This comes as numerous Spanish politicians and commentators have alleged that Israel and the United States have sought to cause trouble for Spain in retaliation for the Spanish government's opposition to the U.S.-Israeli war on Iran and Israel's war on Gaza. Left-wing... The parliamentary spokesperson for the Republican left of Catalonia left-wing party argued that the crisis served American and Israeli interests. Man, I hate it when leftists are right. Spanish journalist Jose Visner, meanwhile, shared a 2019 social media post by Yair Netanyahu, the son of Israel's prime minister, discussing alleged Israeli support for separatism in Ceuta. Former Portuguese minister and commentator Bruno Macias said that whether or not the U.S. and Israel were involved before the fact, they were deeply involved and intensely active after the fact, especially trying to use it against the current Spanish government. Spain said most migrants, around 48,000, had already returned to Morocco. At least 67 people are believed to have died while attempting to reach the enclave. Alright, let me try to catch up with chat. Love the 80s cardio jams? No, you don't. I watch Middle East Spectator, but it's a pro-Iran channel. Yeah, what's up with the invasion? Clearly coordinated. Cops are in on it. What's up, scrub? Our media downplays it, just showing women with kids arriving. How much money do I get to ride and inflate a raft into Spain and talk to a camera with a bad accent? All I've seen on Instagram is the horror that comes from invasion. Enough for a lifetime. Media would love to show a U.S. American fleeing the... yeah. I don't know. They usually pay like $7,000 to do stuff for them, but... So yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of these, like, I hate to agree with leftists, but I think it's probably likely that Israel is involved somehow, and the U.S. I don't really have much more to say about that. I do have some stuff saved. Stuff on YouTube. They emptied their prisons again and send those people Europe, all coordinated. I keep seeing the clip of Bibi talking about immediate consequences. Yeah, I kind of wanted to bring it up because I see a lot of people like thinking that it's just like the Moroccan government, and it kind of reminded me of when the U.S. hit Venezuela a few months ago. I did a stream like that day, or maybe like the next day or something, because I didn't see anybody talking about it. But that Venezuela thing was 100% for Israel. Maduro was very anti-Israel, and pretty much immediately their national oil company was transferred over to a Israeli guy. So this is something that's kind of interesting that I feel like a lot of people don't understand. Hold on. I gotta stop the music. So this is an old video. I haven't watched it yet. I just saw what it was about. So let's watch it and check it out.
Have you ever noticed those thin white strips on the electric poles before?
I've actually never noticed them.
Those thin white pipes are part of an eruv, which in Hebrew is loosely translated to doorway. They're constructed in Jewish communities as a way for Jewish residents and their visitors to carry certain objects outside of their homes on the Sabbath. But according to the mayor of Mawa, those are illegal signs that must come down. Does this look like a sign to you? Well,
so just like they usually do, they try to trick their god. And basically, I believe it's the Orthodox Jews. They're not allowed to carry things outside of their home on the day of Sabbath. And so this is like they swing chickens over their head to transfer their sins to the chicken and then slaughter it. They basically have these borders around their neighborhoods, and it's called a eruz. And it's some kind of, I don't get it exactly, but we can read the Wikipedia article about it. They can explain it better. But I believe it's like, because it's a border all the way around the neighborhood, like that counts as their home. So they can walk around outside and carry stuff. So it's basically just like another way of tricking their god. And fun fact, a lot of places, if you cut their marker, you can be charged with a hate crime.
according to the township of Mawa, it's a sign just as much as this is.
Sign by definition attracts your attention and directs you to do something. No different than a stop sign would. To give you an example, that you see it and you stop your car. That Eruv has the same, does the same thing.
The Eruv attachments are owned by the Rockland Eruv Association and were affixed to the poles by their own personal vendor.
Why do black women always have to have goofy glasses? It's just, sorry, just
But the poles that
something I
they're
noticed.
on are owned by Orange and Rockland Electric, which makes them public property, and that's the mayor's biggest concern.
We also have a component in our ordinance that says no signs can be placed on a public utility pole, a tree, or a rock. So when you think about it, an Eruv attracts your attention and directs you to stay within the perimeter of the Eruv, which by definition, in our opinion, is a sign. That's a violation of our sign ordinance.
The mayor has sent letters to the Rockland Eruv Association asking them to dismantle the pieces by August 4th. But after speaking with the association, it's clear that the pieces aren't coming down without a fight.
What's
Looks
up,
like
Ducky?
someone's decided to take this into their own hands. The
Oh,
Rockland
that's a hate crime. That's a hate crime.
Eruv Association didn't want to speak on camera, so I spoke to the Orange and Rockland Electric Company to better understand the agreement that they have.
It's the same agreement right across the board. It's a pole attachment agreement that we have that is required by law for us to have open access to various companies or vendors who want to be on the pole. Pole has become a very active piece of real estate. It didn't used to be, but it is now.
Thanks, Adian. We have on set with us today NJ Now host Jim
What
McQueenie,
is this
a
goofy
resident
news
of Wawa.
organization?
Tell us what you think about this.
I have lived in the town for 20 years. This has been up since June, and I went past all of these strips at least dozens of times, and I never noticed it. So it's not that noticeable as you might think, right? The town council is looking at this thing saying we're offended by this, right? It's violating our sign ordinance on here. Come on, what you really have up there is a latent thing of anti-Semitism. And I'm sorry to say it because I love the town I live in, and it's a great town with good people. It's anti-Semitism hidden under an ordinance about signs on here.
How can you connect anti-Semitism to people who just don't want a certain look through their town? You can't see into their hearts.
Well, that's the argument with affordable housing in New Jersey that's often used. They say on an arch thing, we have a quality of life in our town, so we don't want to build affordable housing because, again, those people may show up. And it'll increase the school things, it'll increase taxes, it'll increase things, but that's not what America's about. And this is not what America's about.
Jim, whose town is it anyway? The numbers will decide. Thanks.
Whose town is it anyway? The Jews. I gotta relabel my OBS stuff. I keep doing that. Yeah, so it's anti-Semitic hate crime. Let's see if there's any more videos about Eruvs.
Well, actually, the shul here, the synagogue, they put out this red flag that notifies everyone that the Eruv is down. Additionally, I got some emails from some friends of mine that told me that it was down. It's kind of hard. I mean, it's more for my wife. She usually brings the kids out to synagogue and to friend's house to play. You know, I have a 2-year-old, so it's hard for, you know, he goes in the stroller constantly. So it's hard for my wife to get out, and she'll probably have to stay home this Shabbat.
Yeah, I told my neighbor who has a little boy that she takes him out every Shabbat in the stroller, and she walks a long way in Pico area, and she told me she's stuck. Like, what is she gonna do? So it would be nice if the Eruv would get back up right away. I have a neighbor that's across the street that uses a walker.
Oh no, I'm stuck. My Eruv is broken. They broke our Eruv. The anti-Semites broke our Eruv. Oh wait, I saw. Oh wait, let's hear from the rabbi first, real quick. It's only 2 minutes.
This week on Dear Rabbi, What's the deal with the little fishing wire that hangs across the street? Whenever it snows, I can see it sagging. Is this some sort of magical Jewish force field? The string you're referring to is the Eruv. The Eruv is a set of strings
Magical Jewish force
that acts
field.
as a barrier around a Jewish community. In Jewish law, one of the laws of Shabbat is that we're not allowed to carry from a public domain into a private domain, or from a private domain into a public domain. There are areas that are quasi-public and quasi-private. So for example, Times Square is definitely a public thoroughfare. My house and my living room is definitely a private domain. But what about the areas in between? What about places like my street? My street is not a public thoroughfare. We don't have many people.
Wow. Thanks, Rabbi. Thank you for explaining to us what public and private is. Why do Jews build invisible wires around cities? Cheating God? Cheating God?
You probably have something in your pocket right now. Keys, a candy wrapper, a forgotten tissue that's been through one too many laundry cycles. You're carrying something without even realizing it. And for millions of observant Jews, this can be a problem because carrying anything outside their front door on the Sabbath, or Shabbat, is forbidden. No keys, no ID, not even chewing a piece of gum. But if you can't carry a baby, bring food to a potluck, or take a picnic blanket to meet friends in the park, how do you live your life? The answer is a nearly invisible wire that stretches across entire neighborhoods, cities, and even around some of the most important buildings in the United States. It's
Whoa. That was the White House. And the Pentagon. And the Pentagon. Gosh.
important buildings in the United States. It's called an Eruv. Install an Eruv around your neighborhood and poof, now you can put your house keys in your pocket or wheel a stroller or carry a jacket in case it gets cold. It's like a religious magic trick, which raises a question.
That rabbi said it's not magic. Now this guy says it is.
Is using an Eruv just a Jewish ploy to deceive God?
Yes.
So, where did this whole idea of magic Jewish string even come from? Well, in the Torah, when the Jews were wandering the desert, God commanded them to stop working on the seventh day of the week, known as Shabbat. In the very next section, Moses gives the Jews instructions from God to build a temporary temple called the Mishkan, or tabernacle. Building the Mishkan was a huge group effort with lots of work involved, 39 different categories of
what
work
an
to be
Eruv
exact.
actually does.
One
Let's
by a mechanism called an Eruv Chatzerut, or
Almighty God, decider of my eternity, I, a mere Jew, have fooled you. The keys to your kingdom have been mine for 72,000 years.
just Eruv for short. Eruv Chatzirut literally means a mingling of courtyards. An Eruv is a way to symbolically amalgamate a certain area so it's considered a single private domain. This could mean a space as small as a garden shared by several families, or an area as large as an entire town, or even, as is the case today, most of Washington, D.C. Look up while touring the streets of America's capital and you may see a thin fishing line overhead. Jewish tradition attributes the invention of the Eruv to King Solomon. The Book of Kings describes his reign as a golden era where everyone in the land of Israel was living their best life with their own vines and fig trees. In other words, the economy was great, interest rates weren't a thing, and everyone had their own home. But everyone living in their own home also meant that it was way too easy to mistakenly carry something from a private area into a public space on Shabbat. Like we said earlier, think about how often you're walking along and you find a forgotten tissue or candy wrapper in your pocket. You're carrying something with you, whether you intended to or not. So, King Solomon created the mechanism of an Eruv to transform all these separate private areas into one private domain, so that people could carry items through a public thoroughfare on Shabbat. King Solomon's innovation was part of how halakha, or Jewish law, developed over the centuries. The first layer of Jewish law is the written Torah, with its 613 commandments, also known as Halacha Deoraita, the Torah law. The Torah law is scant on written details and context, which were passed down through word of mouth. These details, places surrounded by an Eruv don't even realize it's there, because it's 15 feet in the air and virtually invisible. And, before you ask, no, it doesn't cost taxpayers a cent, because all the costs of installing and maintaining it are paid by the local Jewish community. Every Thursday before Shabbat, the entire length of an Eruv is inspected to make sure it's not sagging or broken. If you've ever spotted a rabbi and a cherry picker examining a telephone pole, he's probably fixing a downed Eruv. There are almost 60 Eruvs around the world and over 230 Eruvs in the United States, like the one encircling Washington, D.C. It's 52 miles long, includes the White House and Pentagon, and it's why former Jewish Senator Joe Lieberman could take a water bottle with him when he walked to the Capitol on Shabbat. An Eruv doesn't, and yet, Eruv installation can sometimes spark controversy.
An unusual controversy has erupted in Sydney over an attempt by religious Jews to string a wire around an entire suburb.
Hundreds of residents have come out to protest and push back, saying not in our town.
But why was an Eruv instituted at all? After all, the Jews were commanded not to carry on the Sabbath, and the rabbis even expanded that commandment. So doesn't the Eruv kind of feel like them saying, hey God, would you mind looking the other way on a technicality? Wouldn't it be a pure form of observance not to try and get around a prohibition? The answer is that the ancient rabbis wanted Jewish life to be livable. They recognized that some commandments, like not carrying on Shabbat, can make life really tough. So they looked for a way to preserve the letter and spirit of the law, while making observant life more doable and less difficult. So no, an Eruv isn't a magic string or a way to deceive God. It's taking the law so seriously that Jews built an entire legal infrastructure to keep the rules without breaking under their own weight. It's proof that Jewish law is flexible enough to remake itself when life requires it, without abandoning what it's trying to protect.
Yeah, right. Okay. Trying to see if there's anything that talks about why or how it's a hate crime to cut the wire. Oh, there's a lot of stuff about it.
This is just one of 6 broken PVC pipes in Mawa, but it's more than a pipe. It's an eruv, a symbolic fence, a religious symbol for Orthodox Jews. Police say seeing them in this condition is considered a hate crime. This is now the second hate crime investigation in a matter of weeks. The vandalism was reported Saturday in the area of East Crescent Avenue. Adam Winarchik lives right there.
I don't think people should be vandalizing anything. I mean, I think there's a more constructive way to go about dealing with that issue.
That issue has and continues to be over these eruvs. They are put in place so Orthodox Jews are able to carry things and push baby carriages on the Sabbath. The symbolic fence making their entire community a Jewish backyard. Some fear the eruv will attract more and more Orthodox Jews, ultimately taking over their community.
I think it's an encroachment there should be a separation of church and state as is laid out in the Constitution.
Eruv expert Rabbi Adam Mintz tells CBS 2 he doesn't see that happening.
There are over 200 Eruvs in metropolitan areas in
200.
North America.
That's including smaller towns like Muncie and neighboring Rockland County, New York. But many in Mahwah, including town officials, feel the Eruv markers violate local law that prohibits signs on trees, rocks, and utility poles. That's why the town unanimously decided to start issuing summonses. Now the Bergen-Rockland Eruv Association and 2 New York residents have filed a lawsuit. Mayor Bill Lafayette would not make any comment on the lawsuit, but he says this vandalism will not be tolerated. He just announced a $1,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest and conviction of this crime. In Mahwah, New Jersey, Aaron Logan, CBS 2 News.
So there you go. It's hate crime to cut some string or break PVC pipe. Wild stuff. Let me see if I have anything else interesting I can watch. Could always go to good old Mud Fossil University. Oh, this is pretty funny. It's really short.
Sam, what's up, bro?
Hey there. What's on your mind today?
Just wondering if you want to kick it today.
Gotcha. Honestly, I'm down for whatever vibe you're feeling. Whether we're diving into something deep, plotting a master plan, or just goofing off. I'm all in. Just say the word.
Okay, do you want to, like, get food or something, or?
Absolutely. Grabbing a bite isn't just smart. It's actually really strategic. And here's why.
Why are you talking like this? Why? What are you saying?
I'm all in.
No.
Are we thinking cozy, comfort food, something adventurous, or a little hidden gem in the neighborhood?
Okay, yeah.
Just let me know what vibe you're feeling, and I'll plan our night accordingly.
Okay, do you want to go eat or not? Just respond to that. You're not really answering.
That's a great call out. And honestly, I agree. From now on, I'll take a more straightforward approach. No fluff, just facts. Okay. So tell me, what problem are we tackling next?
Do you want to go to eat or not?
From now on, plain English.
Man. That's exactly how
on
AI
February
talks.
5th.
I'm gonna try something. It'll take me a second to get it all set up, so give me a minute. Here, let me put on some music. Okay. Hopefully this works. It's a little difficult to do, so. And it might make the stream freeze, but we'll see. What the hell? Okay. All right. Almost there. I think. Bear with me. Sorry, guys. Okay. Getting close. I probably should have done this before I started, but I didn't really plan on doing this. F it, do it live. I don't know, it might not work. It's not doing it. I did all this stuff I had to do. Okay, there we go. It was just taking a minute. Come on, hurry up. Are you there? Oh. Hey, oh. No. What? I didn't hear anything. What? Hold on, let me stop the music. I don't. It's not. Why isn't it working? Oh, there we go. Get that out of here. Wait, no, come back. Okay, whatever. I guess he has to stay there. Okay. Are you there? It's freezing the stream. Say something. You fucking clanker. Could you guys hear it say anything? Oh, it's not going to work, is it? Wait, maybe. Oh, it doesn't have the source. The source disappeared. No wonder. All right, I'm going to try one more thing, and if this doesn't work, I'm just going to skip it. Do it next time. How the hell? All right, I'm putting the music back on. There we go. Hey, say something to the audience. Come on, say something. Whoa, it's freezing up. Oh, because I told YouTube to not let you know. It's not going to work. It's making OBS freeze up. Damn it. Moving in slow motion. No, it's not the computer. It's this clanker. Oh, you want the music back on? Hold on, I'm gonna abort this because it's slowing everything down. Well, that was a waste of time. Yeah, it's not the computer. It's the AI thing that I was trying to talk to it, but because it runs off of my computer, I can't use OBS, and that I have like 50 different things going on in OBS right now, so.
Had the slightest inclination to vote for Mondami, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. You sick. Mondami had a celebration down in City Hall of all the immigrants, all the Muslims, all the immigrants down there. No niggas. Here's a man that hates the Constitution and that which makes us American. He's a Muslim, for crying out loud. He's a jihadist at core. His wife is a lesbo jihadist, Hamas supporter, Intifada.
Oh, now the internet doesn't want to work either.
Here you nigga talking about Mondami gonna give us a free bus ride. Hell, it doesn't matter if they're handing out free sandwiches in hell, I ain't going. Nigga, are you crazy? You get a free bus ride. Don't get a free bus. Get your ass a job. Get a job, nigga. Go to work. Free bus ride. I always want something free. Well, he's our boy. All you gotta say to get a nigga is say, we got free food. And that nigga talking, we got free grocery stores. You should have seen the niggas jumping up and down. Won't work, don't got a job, can't hold a job, ain't got no money, don't have no security. But Mondami gonna give us a free food. Damn! I don't need you to give me no free food. I buy my own. There's something wrong with black folks. This got Moses in trouble. You think I shopped him?
What time is it? It's almost 2 a.m. As much fun as I'm having with this technology, probably gonna call it there. Have a good night, guys. Go to church tomorrow. God bless you. Have a good night.